Hey everybody, I'm Nathaniel Smithies from the Upstarters, and this is a short video to show you one of the apps that we built for a client called Simplified Body. Simplified Body is a nutrition software for personal trainers to use with their clients, and it's a successful business. It's a SaaS business. It makes around, I think, $7,000 per month on a monthly recurring revenue basis at the moment. And they've got hundreds and sometimes thousands of daily users, so it's quite a good case study to show. Another interesting thing about this case study, like many of the apps that we build, is that we used our Launchpad framework to build this app. So that's our proprietary system of app development, which allows us to build really complex apps rapidly, much more quickly than if we were trying to build every single component from scratch. So as I go through this app, even though it is a nutrition app, you'll probably see that there are a lot of features and design decisions and elements that apply to many other types of apps, not just this specific use case. Okay, so first of all, let's just take a look at the responsive grid that we use. So first of all, we are in a desktop mode. I'm looking at the My Account page where you can edit all the information about me as a user, phone, email address. We can edit the email, password, all that kind of stuff. And then as I shrink down to smaller screen sizes, there you go. On mobile, whether it's web, mobile, or iOS or Android, this is how the app then appears. And we have the menu slide out from the left-hand side there, which works and is a good design for both iOS and Android because both types of apps can use it. So the whole point of doing all of this is so that we can build screens and features once, and then they will appear responsively and across all platform types, which saves the client a huge amount of money because, you know, if you do traditional development routes where you have to build something in web and something in iOS and something in Android, you're doing things 3 times, whereas here we're just doing them once thanks to this structure. The second thing to note is that we build our applications as a one-page app. And what I mean by that is if you can see, when I click these different menu items, can you see how fast we're switching between everything? They're loading instantly. Instead of going to a new URL and having to wait, you know, with the browser loading and take a few seconds to load a new page and load everything there, we've built everything so it's instant, really high performance like this. And that, again, is a really big part of the Launchpad framework that ends up giving a really high quality result for users. So a couple of other features that are very common in pretty much every app. Obviously user accounts. So, you know, being a user, being able to sign up and log in and reset password, editing account details, which I just showed you, but also we quite often use this More menu to not clutter the main menu with too many items. There is quite a lot in this for the trainer. But here in More, we can go to account, settings, you know, subscription, all these kind of details you might not want to clutter with the menu. So it's quite a useful tool there, the More menu. And FAQs, which is always quite a useful thing to have. This is the development version of the app, so this isn't real content. But being able to show, you know, FAQs, and the admin can edit these things so that users can understand how to use the app and searching and everything. So just a few very basic but kind of important features there. So now moving on to the core features of this app in particular. The way this works, I'm logged in as a trainer user at the moment and as a personal trainer, but the point of this app really is to let clients use it. So here you can see my list of clients. And again, just to keep people's data secure, we're not showing the live version of this app with real data. So these are some test clients. But here I can see some of their details, their email address when they've logged in. But the good thing about this app is that we've built all of the features that clients can use also for the trainers. So I will now view the app as Melissa here, and you can see I'm viewing as now. And now I can use all of these features here, the client features, as a client. So I don't need to kind of log out and log in. So here we go. The key point of this is the food planner. So this is kind of central to the app. And this is, you know, it's quite a sophisticated, complex group of features. We tried to make it look as simple and everything as possible. But what you do here, you add foods to your different meal types: breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinner. You can change the date to keep adding them in as your plan. You can see that we've got calorie goals and protein goals, and these are dynamically updated based on the weight that I've entered, my current weight, which is 67 here, but my goal weight 55, the different goals that I have, and these will automatically update as my weight changes and also my gender. This user is a female. So that is how we're generating these numbers here and the percentages, which was quite a big system. And then if I go onto a new day, you'll be able to see the meal planner at work. I'll plan some breakfast, and here are all the different options, and I can switch and search and filter. I could go, I don't know, let's try bagels. You can see how fast that search is working. Yeah, sure, I'll add that to breakfast. Do I want to increase the serving size? Yeah, I've got all the information about the macronutrients here. I can update. And then, do I want to repeat and bulk add this bagels for breakfast? Maybe I want to have it, you know, all over the weekend. I can see what days I've added this bagels to breakfast. And I'll finish. And do I want to add some more things? I could switch over to plan for lunch for the same day. Maybe add some snacks. I've also got tags. Let's not look at breakfast, but let's look at, I don't know, drinks. And then I think, okay, I'm done. Go back to the food planner, and as you can see, there it is on Friday, and on Saturday, and on Sunday. And I can do things like go and edit that serving individually and change it down just to 1 because I had less, and you can see those progress bars updated automatically. And I can bulk add it again if I need to. So I've gone through that fairly quickly, and there's quite a lot going on, but I think the key point was just to show you these screens. If you imagine in any other app, you're going to have usually some screen where you see all the different instances, all the different records of one data type. So here, these are all meals. But in another app, it could be something that you book, or something that you want to add to a shopping basket, or something that you need to select as a piece of data in a project management software. You need to search, you need to be able to have tags and to be able to filter things, you know, clear tags, show tags. Add to favorites is quite a common feature. I've got a favorites list there. And then usually when you found the thing that you want, we've got an action button here to add these things straight away, but also you can click through and then view the instance of this thing. And here we've got information on this one record. In this case, again, it's a meal, but we have the macronutrients, the nutrition summary. For a serving, we can add it from here. We can add to favorites, all the action buttons. We have ingredients listed dynamically on this. We have recipe, all added. So a lot of information. And in this app that is a live functioning business, there is actually a huge database of these meals. So to be able to search this quickly through and filter these different items should show the high performance nature of the app that we've built here. And I think that does it in terms of the core functionality of searching for a meal, viewing the meal, adding the meal to your plan, showing it pop up in the plan, and then updating several other systems like goals and like calories in the app. But in another app, that could be updating something in the back end or sending notifications, doing that kind of stuff. And then I won't take too much longer to go through the other features in this app, but we have things like goal tracking. I can create a goal. So this would be an example of creating and viewing and editing something yourself instead of it being in the database already. So I want to create a goal to do with my waist in centimeters, and the start date is here, and the color is this, and the target is 90, is that too much? Yes, 32 centimeters waist. Creating the goal, and then being able to view all my goals and edit them. Oh yeah, so I need to add a progress entry, and let's put, I don't know, 34. All the while I'm viewing as a different user, which is another whole set of systems in terms of permissions and user types between trainer and client. And sorry, because I use a test password, that's why that's tracking up. And we'll have a graph here in future when there's more entries added. But the point of showing you that is that the creating and editing type of feature is extremely common. If you're in, I don't know, a project management app, you need to be able to create a project, for example, create a task, and then see them in a list and be able to click onto them and edit them, just as you can here. And then a couple of other features that are quite interesting. As a trainer, I have these 3 items here. So I'm going to go to the invite page, and this is how I invite clients. So here, I can actually create user accounts on behalf of clients that sends them an email. I type in their name, their email address, their gender, which is important in this app because of the health and calories calculations. Create and send, and that goes over to them. Or I can just send them the app URL and send that through, and then I can track my invitations sent over here. So that's fairly common in kind of SaaS type apps where you need to have, you know, a more admin type user, in this case the trainer, creating accounts for other people to manage them. And of course, I'll see them all in my clients list here. I'm currently viewing as Melissa, I'll just get rid of that. Now I'm not, I'm viewing as myself. And as a trainer, I can have a totally different, of course, food planner, because I have my own individual food planner with different calorie numbers and everything. Star rating for the day, so if I'm being lazy and I didn't bother to add all my foods here today, but I know I had a kind of 4-star day, I'll just, did I stick to the plan? Yes, 4-star. I can write notes on the day, writing notes on things. And then we also have a shopping list feature, which will generate all the foods you need to buy, which is kind of complicated in and of itself as well. I probably should have showed that earlier, but I don't want this video to go on too long. So instead, I think I'll just wrap up this to try and relate it back to building any app and us using the Launchpad. The Launchpad framework is very much just that. It's a framework. It doesn't make anything inflexible. If anything, it just speeds up being able to build complex apps, because instead of having to worry about simple things like small design elements or changes, or how do we create that navigation system, how do we create different screens, all these decisions have already been made. So instead, we can spend the budget of whatever client we're working with on much more complex, interesting features. So there's much more bang for your buck, as it were, in the way that we develop apps. So I hope that was useful as an overview and to show why our Launchpad framework is great, and we can build really, really complex apps on top of it. And yeah, I'll end it there. Thanks very much.